Film is more than just dialogue and action. It's about where actors are positioned, how they move, and how they interact with their environment. This is the art of film blocking. Think of it as choreography for actors, but it's not just about movement. It's about telling the story visually. Every step, every glance, every position on screen is carefully designed to convey emotions, relationships, and power dynamics. It's not just where the actors are placed, but how they move that shapes how we, as the audience, perceive a scene. Let's explore some key techniques that will elevate your blocking and take your storytelling to the next level. One of the most important aspects of blocking is how it uses space and proximity. Take 1917, a film famous for its continuous shot. Here, blocking is essential to keeping the energy of the scene flowing. The actors move seamlessly through vast, open battlefields and claustrophobic trenches. Their movement not only keeps the tension alive, but also highlights their isolation and vulnerability as they journey through enemy territory. Now contrast that with The Godfather, 1972, where characters are often seated around a table. The distance between them, or lack thereof, communicates power dynamics. Next is shape, which refers to how the actor's positioning creates specific visual forms on screen. Directors use shape to communicate different emotions, relationships, and themes. In Kill Bill, Volume 1, Quentin Tarantino uses shape to enhance the tension and drama, particularly in fight sequences. In the showdown between the bride and O-Ren Ishii, the two are framed in a circular composition as they face each other in a snowy garden. The circular shape of the environment, along with their precise positioning, creates a sense of ritualistic combat, emphasizing the duel's emotional weight and the character's isolation in this moment of confrontation. In contrast, in The Dark Knight, the Joker's erratic movement often disrupts otherwise stable formations. In the scene where he confronts the mobsters, the Joker's angular, unpredictable movements break the symmetry of the group, highlighting his chaotic nature and imbalance within Gotham's criminal hierarchy. Finally, we have lines. Lines in blocking guide the viewer's eye and can establish power dynamics and narrative tension. Inception uses lines more dynamically. During the dream sequences, characters are often blocked from following curved or vertical lines, especially when the world begins to fold or shift. These lines help disorient the audience, matching the film's dream logic. Blocking isn't just about the actors, it also dictates how the camera moves. In La La Land, blocking and camera movement work hand in hand during the dance sequences. The way the camera swoops around the actors makes the moment feel light, romantic, and full of energy. On the other hand, 1917 is a masterclass in using blocking in tandem with a roving camera. The soldiers are always on the move, and the camera follows, creating a sense of urgency and immersing the audience in the action. Blocking is a powerful tool for expressing emotion. In Marriage Story, during the intense argument scene, watch how the characters move within the frame. They circle each other, approaching and retreating, reflecting their emotional distance and turmoil.
Do not compare me to my father.
I didn't compare you to him. I said you were acting like him.
You're exactly like your mother.
The blocking mirrors the rise and fall of their argument, adding layers of tension and complexity. Or look at The Hateful Eight.
This here is Daisy Domergue.
In the confined space of the cabin, Quentin Tarantino uses blocking to build tension between the characters.
One of them fellas is not what he says he is.
Their positions around the table reflect their suspicion and mistrust of one another. The way characters stand, sit, and shift in their seats plays into the simmering conflict, turning simple dialogue scenes into powder kegs waiting to explode. Blocking can also provide subtext to a story. In Parasite, the wealthy Park family lives at the top of a hill, while the struggling Kim family lives in a basement. The blocking emphasizes this literal and metaphorical divide in class. The ascent and descent of stairs become a visual representation of social status. Now, let's analyze how Quentin Tarantino used blocking to show power dynamics in Django Unchained. The power dynamics in this scene evolve through careful blocking. At the start, Django is shackled and seated, symbolizing his powerlessness, while the miners from the LeQuint Dickey Mining Company move about freely. This contrast highlights their confidence and ease, while Django's restrained and isolated state reinforces the initial imbalance of power.
How'd you like to make $11,000?
You in there?
I said, how'd you like to make $11,000?
As Django begins to talk about the bounty at Candyland, his tone and body language shift. Although still shackled, he speaks with increasing authority, straightening his posture and leaning forward, engaging more actively with the miners. The miners, initially dismissive, start to focus on Django, moving slightly closer to him, reflecting their growing interest. This subtle shift in blocking brings Django into central focus, marking the beginning of the power shift. The pivotal moment comes when the miners, convinced by Django's story, decide to unchain him. This act is a major visual and symbolic turning point. Once unchained, Django stands tall, positioning himself at the same physical level as the miners, showing that he is now free and equal. By the end of the scene, the blocking has completely shifted. Now standing tall and confident, Django commands the frame while the miners are positioned around him, waiting for his lead. The blocking evolves from one of captivity and submission to one of empowerment and control. Django starts the scene chained and helpless, but by the end, he has a gun and a horse and has killed his former captors. Tarantino's use of blocking in this scene highlights Django's intelligence and ability to turn a seemingly hopeless situation into one where he regains power and control. So, how does a director approach blocking? It often starts with a storyboard, a visual representation of each shot, including where actors will be positioned. Next comes the rehearsal, where actors and directors work together to feel out the space and movement. During rehearsal, adjustments are made to ensure that blocking serves the story's emotional beats and narrative flow. Sometimes, directors use floor plans, diagrams that show where the camera, actors, and lights will be placed in relation to each other. All of these tools help create a coherent visual experience. Here are a few tips to help you master blocking. 1. Plan ahead. Use storyboards or floor plans to map out your scenes. 2. Rehearse. Blocking can change as you work with actors and discover what feels natural. 3. Think about power dynamics. Who's in control? How can their position in the frame reflect that? 4. Use movement to tell the story. A character's journey through a scene should have meaning. Every movement should have a motivation. 5. Collaborate with your cinematographer. Blocking impacts how your scene will be shot, so work together to create a cohesive visual approach. Blocking is the unsung hero of visual storytelling. It's about so much more than just placing actors in a scene. It's about creating emotional depth, guiding the audience's eye, and telling the story in a way that dialogue alone can't. So next time you watch a movie, pay attention to how the actors move, where they're placed, and how space, shape, and lines are used. It just might change the way you experience film. Before you go, we'd love to hear about your experiences with film blocking. Have you faced any challenges, or do you have tips to share? Drop a comment below. And if you're looking to level up even further, check out other episodes on our channel. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to Breadfruit Studios to catch our future episodes. Thanks for watching, and keep creating amazing stories.